In the biting winter of a small American town, 16-year-old Maya, a girl with fire in her soul, faces a cruel prank, her coat stripped by vicious bullies. What happens next is a jaw-dropping showdown that'll leave you cheering. Hit that subscribe button for more epic stories. Maya trudged through the snow-dusted streets of Pine Hollow. A small town nestled in the heart of Ohio, her breath forming clouds in the frigid December air. At 16, she was no stranger to the biting cold. But this winter felt different, harsher, not just because of the weather, but because of the weight she carried. Her worn-out coat, a hand-me-down from her older sister, was her only shield. Against the icy wind, wasn't much, patched at the elbows and fraying at the cuffs, but it was hers. Maya's family wasn't rich. Her mom worked double shifts at the diner, and her dad had been out of the picture since she was 6. Every penny counted, and that coat was a symbol of her resilience. Quiet defiance against the world that seemed stacked against her. Pine Hollow High was a 10-minute walk from her house, squat brick building where the popular kids ruled. With an iron fist, Maya wasn't one of them. She was the girl who kept her head down, her dark curls tucked under a beanie, her hazel eyes scanning the halls for trouble. Trouble, unfortunately, had a way of finding her. It came in the form of Brittany Kessler and her clique 3 girls who wore their privilege like a crown. Brittany, with her designer boots and glossy blonde hair, was the queen bee, flanked by her loyal minions. Tara and Chloe. They'd targeted Maya since freshman year, mocking her thriftster clothes, her quiet demeanor, her everything. Maya took it in stride, biting her tongue, knowing that fighting back could make things worse. But today, something was about to snap. It started in the cafeteria, where the air smelled of overcooked pizza and teenage angst. Maya sat alone at her usual table, sketching in her notebook a habit that kept her grounded. She was drawing a phoenix, its wings blazing, rising from ashes. It was her secret symbol, a reminder that she could endure anything. Across the room, Brittany's laughter cut through the noise, sharp and cruel. Maya didn't look up, but she felt their eyes on her. Then came the whispers, the giggles, the pointed stares. Brittany sauntered over, her boots clicking on the linoleum, Tara and Chloe trailing like shadows. Nice coat, Maya, Brittany said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Did you pull it out of a dumpster? The table erupted in snickers. Maya's grip tightened on her pencil, but she kept her eyes on her sketch. Don't engage, she told herself. They thrive on your reaction.
Ow.
But Brittany wasn't done. She leaned closer, her perfume overwhelming. You know, it's a crime to wear something that ugly. Maybe we should do you a favor and get rid of it.
Maya's
Heart pounded, but she stayed silent, her jaw clenched. It wasn't the first time they'd humiliated her, but it was the first time she felt a spark of something dangerous inside her. Defiance she hadn't dared unleash before. The bell rang, and Maya grabbed her tray, hurrying out before things escalated. She thought she'd escaped, but Brittany and her crew had other plans. After school, the temperature had dropped to single digits, and the wind howled through the bare trees. Maya pulled her coat tighter, her fingers numb as she walked toward the shortcut through the park. It was a quiet path, lined with snow-covered pines, usually empty this time of day. But today, she heard footsteps crunching behind her. She turned, and there they were, Brittany, Tara, and Chloe, their faces smug, their eyes gleaming with malice. Going somewhere? Loser? Brittany called, her voice cutting through the wind. Maya quickened her pace, but they were faster, closing the distance. Before she could react, Tara grabbed her arm, spinning her around. Chloe snatched her backpack, tossing it into the snow. And then Brittany lunged, yanking Maya's coat off her shoulders with a triumphant laugh. The cold hit Maya like a slap, her thin sweater no match for the freezing air. She stood there shivering as Brittany dangled the coat like a trophy. Let's. See how you like winter without this rag? Brittany sneered, tossing the coat into a snowbank. Tara and Chloe laughed, snapping pictures with their phones, already planning to post the humiliation online. Maya's blood boiled, her fists clenching at her sides. She could feel the tears stinging her eyes, but she refused to let them fall, not this time. Something inside her broke free the phoenix in her sketch. Rising, burning, asterisk, give it back, Maya said, her voice low but steady, a warning. Brittany raised an eyebrow, clearly amused. Or what? You gonna cry about it? The girls laughed. Again, but Maya took a step forward, her eyes locked on Brittany's. The air seemed to crackle, the moment stretching taut. Then, without hesitation, Maya charged. Asterisk, she tackled Brittany to the ground, snow flying around them. Brittany shrieked, caught off guard, her perfect hair now a mess in the snow. Tara and Chloe froze, too stunned to react. Maya didn't throw. Punch-a-she wasn't a fighter, but she held Brittany down, her voice fierce. You think you can break me? You think this is a game? Brittany struggled, but Maya was stronger than she looked, fueled by years of pent-up rage. Asterisk, the commotion drew attention. A group of kids from school, passing through the park, stopped to watch, phones out, recording. Maya didn't care. She stood up, letting Brittany scramble to her feet, red-faced and humiliated. Pick it up, Maya said, pointing to her coat. In the snowbank, Brittany hesitated, her confidence shaken. The crowd murmured, some cheering Maya on, others whispering in shock. For the first time, Brittany looked small, her power crumbling. Asterisk, but the story didn't end there. That night, the video of Maya's stand went viral on social media, shared across Pine Hollow and beyond. By morning, the school was buzzing. Expected backlash, maybe even suspension, but something unexpected happened. Other kids, ones who'd been bullied by Brittany's clique, started approaching her, sharing their own stories. There was Jake, the quiet kid who'd been mocked for his stutter. Sarah, whose glasses had been borrowed and broken. And even Ethan, a jock who'd secretly hated Brittany's reign but never dared speak up. Maya's act of defiance had sparked something, a rebellion against the bullies who'd ruled the school for too long. Asterisk. The twist came when Maya learned Brittany wasn't just a mean girl with a perfect life. A teacher, Mrs. Callahan, pulled Maya aside after class. Hey. Saw the video, she said, her voice gentle. Brittany's been struggling at home. Her parents are splitting up, and she's taking it out on everyone else. Maya was stunned. She'd always seen Brittany as untouchable, but now she saw cracks in the facade, girl lashing out to hide her own pain. It didn't excuse her cruelty, but it complicated things. Maya wasn't sure how to feel. Asterisk, the next day, Brittany cornered Maya in the hallway, but this time she was alone. Her eyes were red, her usual swagger gone. I'm sorry, she muttered, barely audible. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Maya stared, caught off guard. Was this a trick? Another game? But Brittany's voice cracked, and she looked away, ashamed. I'll leave you alone, promise. Before Maya could respond, Brittany walked away, leaving her coat cleaned and folded on the bench nearby. Asterisk, Maya didn't forgive her, not yet, but she felt a shift. She'd stood up, not just for herself, but for everyone who'd been pushed down. The school was changing slowly.
Ow.
The principal announced a new anti-bullying program, inspired by the viral video. Maya became an unintentional hero, though she didn't feel like one. She was still the girl in the thrift store coat, still sketching phoenixes, still walking through the snow. But now, she walked taller. Asterisk, as winter deepened, Maya faced a new challenge. Ripple effects of her newfound reputation. The viral video had caught the attention of a local journalist who wanted to feature Maya in a story about youth empowerment. At first, Maya hesitated, uncomfortable with the spotlight, but her mom encouraged her. You've got a voice, Maya, she said, her tired eyes shining with pride. Use it. So Maya agreed, and the interview took place at the diner where her mom worked, the familiar smell of coffee and pancakes grounding her. The journalist, a kind woman named Ms. Harper, asked about the coat incident, but Maya steered the conversation toward something bigger. It's not just about me, she said. It's about every kid who feels invisible, who gets pushed around because they're different. We're not weak. We're just waiting for our moment. The article published in the Pine Hollow Gazette spread beyond the town, picked up by regional papers and even a national blog. Maya's words resonated, and soon she was getting messages from kids across the country, sharing their own stories of standing up. But with the attention came pressure. Some kids at school resented her, calling her a hero wannabe. Others, inspired, wanted her to lead, to be their voice. Maya felt torn. Part of her wanted to stay the quiet girl with her sketchbook. But another part, the Phoenix part, burned to make a difference. One night, she sat in her room, staring at her latest drawing, a phoenix carrying a torch, lighting the way for others. She realized then that her moment in the park wasn't just about taking down Brittany, it was about showing others they could rise. She decided to channel her energy into Phoenix Rising, the club she'd started with Jake, Sarah, and Ethan. They began organizing workshops, teaching kids how to speak up, how to support each other. Maya wasn't a natural leader, but she was learning, and her friends were there to back her up. The club became a safe haven, a place where the invisible felt seen. Maya found purpose in the chaos of her unexpected fame. But the journey wasn't without its shadows. A new twist emerged when Maya discovered a secret about Brittany that shook her to her core. One afternoon, while helping Mrs. Callahan sort old files in the school's guidance office, Maya stumbled across a folder with Brittany's name on it. Curiosity got the better of her, and though she knew it was wrong, she peeked inside. The documents revealed that Brittany's father, a prominent lawyer in town, had been involved in a scandal embezzling funds from a local charity. Divorce, Mrs. Callahan mentioned, was only part of the story. Brittany's family was unraveling under the weight of public shame and financial ruin. The designer boots, the perfect hair, the untouchable attitude, it was all a front to hide a life falling apart. Maya closed the folder, her hands trembling. She didn't want to feel sorry for Brittany, not after everything, but the knowledge gnawed at her. She remembered her own struggles, her mom's endless shifts. The empty fridge some nights San saw a flicker of something shared, a vulnerability neither of them wanted to admit. The next day, Maya found Brittany alone in the library, her head buried in a book, her usual confidence replaced by a hollow quiet. Maya hesitated, then slid into the seat across from her. "I know about your dad," she said softly. Brittany's eyes widened, fear flashing across her face, but Maya raised a hand. "I'm not here to spread it. I get it. Hiding pain is easier than facing it." Brittany didn't speak, but her shoulders slumped, and for the first time, Maya saw her not as a bully, but as a girl carrying her own scars. They didn't become friends, but the moment marked a truce, a silent understanding that changed the air between them. Maya left the library with a strange sense of closure, her phoenix heart burning brighter, not with anger, but with empathy, a force she hadn't known she possessed. Weeks later, at a school assembly, Maya was called to the stage to share her story. She hesitated, hating the spotlight, but the crowd's applause gave her courage. She spoke about resilience, about standing up, about the power of one moment to change everything. The room was silent, then erupted in cheers. Even Brittany, sitting in the back, clapped quietly. But she clapped. As winter turned to spring. Maya found herself at the center of a new circle, not of bullies, but of friends. Jake, Sarah, Ethan, and others who'd been inspired by her courage. They grew Phoenix Rising, supporting kids who felt invisible. And through it all, Maya kept her coat, patched and worn. As a reminder, she'd face the cold and come out stronger. Wow, what a ride. Maya's story shows the power of standing up. Where are you watching from in the USA? Drop your city in the comments and let's see how far this story spreads. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales.